Well, hey guys, welcome to your KZN fishing report. Something different this week. Now, we don't have Ray this week, right? But that's because I was like crazy busy. We just never had a chance to do it. It's just been so much action this week, so much going on. However, we are doing the fishing report. We are in the thick of all the action, right? This is a man's on Toti. We're bringing you the report. This is Sunday morning, the 22nd, I think.
Correct.
All right, so I've got Kuben joining me. There's action all around. I mean, guys, there was a couple Garrick.
Correct.
On spinning and on, Garrick
on live baits.
On live bait, right?
Live bait, a lot of shad on spinning.
A lot of shad on spinning. All right, so guys, this is your KZN fishing report. It's Vanessa Green, it's Kuben Pule, and it's proudly brought to you by the Kingfisher, GPS Plastics, and our friend Vino. All right, so here's what's happening. Dude, this week, the fishing was absolutely cracking.
Correct. Right. Some of us had to work, but the fish were buzzing. They didn't take leave.
Now, you know on Monday, right? Monday, it was a public holiday.
Correct.
We had every rock on the coastline packed with anglers. Right?
Very true, very true.
I promise you, I think if the guy brought his auntie and his auntie had a dog, they put a rod in the dog's mouth, and if the dog got a fish, it was so much action.
It was that busy.
Yeah, but it was mainly down the south coast. All right, so that's where all the action was happening. Now, down the south coast, it was shad for days. Kuben, shad non-stop.
Correct. It was crazy. It was, even if the shad were blind, they were going to get hooked.
They were blind, I like that. All right, but yeah, guys, Margay Pier, Uvongo, Orange Rocks, the block, it was action. We just hear guys screaming, double clutch, fish are on. I had guys coming into Kingfisher this week and telling me it was going on day and night. All right, so that was during the week. Now, as the week progressed, South Coast still produced a bunch of other fish. There were a couple carp, there were a couple sharks, I didn't see many bronze bream. I saw one bronze bream, but guys, the fishing was absolutely epic down the South Coast. And then, of course, we had sardines through the week event. But mainly out here by Amanza Toti and Winkles and Ilovo and things.
100%.
All right, so the sardines has been coming up, but as we're standing here, this is Sunday morning, like I said, this weekend, not much sards.
Not much. I mean, obviously with the weather, the way it's played out, it's pushed the sards a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And obviously with the big swells, the guys are really battling to net. So
yeah, the seas has been quite big.
We did see the netters go out, but they're battling to get the shoals. The shoals are quite deep.
All right, well, I'm sure during the week they will come. Now, while we're on the topic of sardines, I had one of my friends tell me he stays in Margate. And he said he saw like 11 shoals coming past his house. This was on Friday.
Yeah.
And there's still like another huge shoal coming. So we're going to have sardines for a while.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
All right, so now, apart from that, moving down to the Pennington, Rocky Bay, Scotbury area, guys, there has been the odd shad, but apart from that, it was just more sardine activity. And then we're down here at the men's in Toti right now. I was fishing on the beach. Things were a bit quiet. Kuben phones me, says it's happening on the rocks, and guys, it is happening on the rocks. As I came in, well, you've been here since first light.
First light, we've been
give
spinning.
Us the report.
Been spinning, and we were fortunate to get some shad. The guys are fishing on drift as well as baits, and they've got some shad. We had one gentleman pick up a Garrick on live baits.
That is about a 6 kilos?
6 to 8 kilo, yeah. It was a decent fight. And the good part is you've got quite a few gentlemen on the rocks here, because as soon as he hooked into his fish, all lines were out, waited for him to land his fish, congratulated him, and then they put the lines back in.
And then the shad was on again.
And the shad came back onto the bite, like, and the frenzy started all over again.
All right, now let's move into Durban, because during the week, right, especially on Monday, Tuesday, even onto Wednesday, the guys were getting fish out of Durban. 100%. Now, the beach was packed. There was a fair amount of shad, right? But my guys from Blue Lagoon Angling Crew told me they got 1 or 2 sandies. There were some grays.
There were some grays.
And I think there was sun-kissed and things as well.
Yeah, and they got some stumpies.
All right, oh, that looks like a nice fish on over there as well.
Correct.
All right, guys, there's so much action. There's so many angles out here. It's a little bit distracting, so forgive us. However, right, so now also in Durban, in the harbour, there were a few grunter.
The guys got some grunter, they got some
that's a nice shad coming through.
Salmon. So the guys have been producing in the harbour.
Another shad out there.
So that's been interesting.
Guys, show the guys your shad for the YouTube video over here.
Come up.
What's your name, bud?
Cameron.
Cameron.
We got a YouTube channel too.
Oh yeah, of course, Cameron. Yeah, there, see fish. Well done, Cameron. What's your name of your channel?
Fun Fishing Frenzy.
Fun Fishing Frenzy.
There
Check
we
it out.
go.
All right. Okay. So now, sorry, where were you?
We covered the beachfront, basically the harbour side. with regards to the grunter and the shoal snappers.
Yes.
So the guys have been producing. We've seen some cob on the north coast,
Yeah.
as well as a few browns.
Sorry, before we jump onto the north coast, Mike V also told me there were kingfish in the harbor on drop shot.
On drop shot, the guys that
Yes.
were spinning managed to get some fish.
All right, now moving up the north coast, Amsloti, Amslanga, Belito, all those areas, guys, there has been some shad. There has been the odd bronze bream coming out from that area. And then
Yeah.
we heard about cob further up the north coast.
Further up north, the guys have been getting cob, not so much shad. Everybody's been targeting the cob.
Yeah.
So it's been productive with regards to getting cob up on the north.
All right, now let me just touch onto the offshore side. Guys, the offshore has been absolutely cracking the entire week throughout the entire coastline. Now down the south coast, we've had a bit of tuna. Moving up the north coast, guys, it's been kuta back. I don't know what's going on, Kuben, but one week you got this mad rush of snoek, then there's a mad rush of
Correct.
kuta, then it's a mad rush of tuna. This week it was tuna again. And then as the week progressed, we got into the kuta.
Yeah.
So the north coast offshore is absolutely cracking.
Correct.
But what are we talking about snook this week?
This week's been crazy. I fished the sardine shoal where you could literally touch the sardines and you could
Yes.
see the snook coming through. And
Yeah.
the snook were all 8 to 10 kilos. They were big, big snook. And the GTs came in between as well.
Yeah.
So that's been quite interesting to be able to watch the snook smash the sardines. And the guys have got some big snook down the
It's a
south
very
coast.
nice- Our buddy AK got like a 9 kilo, he told me.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. All right, so guys, you know, the spinning side is happening. The bait side is happening. The rocks are happening. KZN is happening. It is absolutely epic. But before I go, sorry, in case you are watching this for the freshwater news, guys, still water trout fishing is going on. However, the bass, the carp, the barbel, the yellowfish, well, actually, yellowfish is a bit there, but it's just mainly all about the still water action. Now, I can see the waves coming in. I'm worried about my camera over here. So we're going to round this off. Kuben, thank you for joining me, my man.
Much appreciated.
All right,
for
now let's
having
carry on fishing.
me. 100% time to get some fish.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us. This is Vanessa Grimm, it's Kuben Pillay, it's Angling USA, and it's proudly brought to you by the Kingfisher, GPS Plastics, and Vino.